Welcome back to Rick's vlog, Rick and Lolo. Um, we started an educational segment, and I did half of it. We've got mythological creatures. We got constellations, and we've got groups of people. I wanted to do the second half, which is all of world history, and some cool obscure words you might not know. So we're going to start in the 4th millennium BC and basically go through every freaking millennium until we get to more recent history, and then do every century. And again, I'm just reading this from Wikipedia. So you could probably do that yourself, or you could just listen to me read it and every day click on my vlog and learn something new. Either way. But if you do it this way, you get to hear it directly from Rick. So let's see. Let's start with the Near East in the 4th millennium BC, or BCE if you prefer. Let's see. So what was going on in Mesopotamia in the 4th millennium BCE? Well, it was the Uruk period, with emerging Sumerian hegemony and development of proto-cuneiform writing, base 60 mathematics, astronomy and astrology, civil law, complex hydrology, the sailboat, potter's wheel and wheel, the Chalcolithic proceeds into the early Bronze Age. That was the verb, proceeds. Okay, so next we have Sumer, wheeled carts. They had potter's wheel. They had the White Temple at Ziggurat, bronze tools and weapons. They had the first of fourth dynasty of Kish in Mesopotamia. The Sumerian temple of Jana at Eridu was erected. The temple at Al Ubaid and tomb of Meskalem Dug built near Old Chaldea. 3000 BC, tin is in use in Mesopotamia soon after this time. So they started using tin. And I think I already researched this stuff, so you're going to get some clues from me. I think tin and copper make bronze. They needed tin. So here's first cities developed in southern Mesopotamia. Inhabitants migrated from north. The cuneiform script proper emerges from pictographic proto-writing in the later 4th millennium. Mesopotamia's proto-literate period spans the 35th to 32nd centuries. The first documents unequivocally written in the Sumerian language date to the 31st century found at Jemdot Nasr. Dams, canals, stone sculptures using inclined plane and lever in Sumer. Urkesh, which is in northern Syria, was founded during the 4th millennium BC, possibly by the Hurrians. In Persia, Susa is a center of pottery production. They've made a beaker in Susa, and now it's in the Louvre. Proto-Elamite was written from 3200 BC. So what was going on in Anatolia, that's now Turkey, and the Caucasus? They had the Makop culture, which was contemporary to the Kurgan culture, is a candidate for the origin of bronze production in the Bronze Age. Kura Arexes, I just saw this settlement. They found evidence of it on the Ararat plain. What was going on in Egypt? They had the Nikkada culture on the Nile. First hieroglyphs appear, thus for around 3500 BC, as found on labels in the ruler's tomb at Abydos. Pre-dynastic pharaohs Chu, Thesh, Siku, Wasner, Rose, Sarket, Narmer. And then they found a jar with boat designs from Hyrcanopolis. The pre-dynastic period ended in Egypt. Early dynastic period started. It includes the first and second dynasties, which were the first dynasties. They found the Narmer palette. They used sails on the Nile. They built mastabas, which were the predecessors of the Egyptian pyramids. Harps and flutes played in Egypt. Lyres and double clarinets played in Egypt. And earliest known numerals in Egypt. So what was going on in Egypt? Not Egypt, in Europe. Oh, this is really long. Let's see if we can go through this pretty fast, get the main points. It's the rise of the Minoan civilization. On the Pontic-Caspian steppe, they had the Yamna culture. The Tripolian culture has cities with 15,000 citizens in Eastern Europe. And the Kurgan culture was now southern Russia and Ukraine, possibly the first domestication of the horse. In the Balkans, they had the Vinca culture, or Vinca, I don't know how to pronounce that. They found figures of a man and woman from Cernavoda, Romania. The Ljubljana Marshes wheel is a wooden wheel that was found in the Ljubljana Marshes in Slovenia. It's the oldest wooden wheel yet discovered. And they found people and animals in a rock shelter in Spain as paintings. Oh, that's cool. In Malta, there was a construction of the Gantija megalithic temple complex on the island of Gozo, which is the world's oldest extant unburied freestanding structure and the world's oldest religious structure. And then they have the construction of the first temple within the Manasdra solar temple complex, containing furniture such as stone benches and tables that set it apart from other European megalith constructions. And there's a bunch of other temples were built. In Northern Europe, they had the Funnelbeaker culture in Scandinavia, originated in southern parts of Europe and slowly advanced up through today's upland. They had the construction of the New Grange Solar Observatory passage tomb in Ireland. They had the Neolithic settlement at Skara Brae in the Orkney Islands, Scotland. Construction in England of the Sweet Track, the world's first known engineered roadway. There was the Garth tsunami in the Northern Isles, and the earliest phase of Stonehenge was built. And the Sade fields are developed, the first signs of the eventual complete deforestation of Ireland. And Otzi the Iceman dies near the present-day border between Austria and Italy, only to be discovered in 1991 buried in a glacier of the Otzal Alps. In Central Asia, they had Afanasevo. In Siberia, Mongolia, Xinjiang, and Kazakhstan. The horses are domesticated in the western Eurasian steppes in what's now Kazakhstan. And so what's going on in East Asia? We had Neolithic Chinese settlements. They produced silk and pottery, wore hemp clothing, and domesticated pigs and dogs. They had the Vietnamese Bronze Age culture, produced many wealthy bronze objects. South Asia, they had Mehrgar. Metal casting began in the Mohenjo-daro area. And the Bronze Age starts in Indus Valley, called Harappa. They had drainage and sewage collection and disposal. And second to last, we have the Americas. In Colombia, they had the first rupestry in art. 3000 BC, first pottery in Colombia. Considered one of the first attempts of pottery of the New World. And they had evidence of maize domestication appear in the valley of Tehuacan. Oh, we have two more actually. Australia, the Sydney rock engravings. And in sub-Saharan Africa, It remained in the Paleolithic period except for the earliest Neolithicization of the Sahel following the desiccation of the Sahara. As the grasslands of the Sahara began drying after 3900 BC, herders spread into the Nile Valley and into eastern Africa. The desiccation of the Sahara and the associated Neolithicization of West Africa is also cited as a possible cause for the dispersal of the Niger-Congo linguistic phylum. So that's everything that happened in the 4th millennium BC. And we'll just keep on reading until we get to this year, which is 2020. Then you'll know everything that ever happened from watching my vlog. So let's get some words of the day. Now there's a lot of words, so maybe I'll give you more than one word a day. But let's start with a backdoor. And I'm getting this from Fronticery online, and I'm picking and choosing the best words. So what's in the backdoor? A-B-A-C-T-O-R. That's a cattle thief. So let's use the word in the sentence. That a backdoor stole my cow. Okay. Here's a good word, abaft. Towards or at the stern of a ship, further aft. Where did you put the big barrel of water? I put it abaft. And here's the third one. Should I do 3 or 4? I don't know, we'll find out. Abapical, at the lowest point. Is that an adjective? At the lowest point, yeah. So, we need it in a sentence. Abapical, A-B-A-P-I-C-A-L, abapical. Billy George found himself in an abapical position where he had been kidnapped by an abductor who mistaked him for a cow, and they left him abaft in the ship. And yeah, let's do 5 so that we can really get through this list. Abarticular, A-B-A-R-T-I-C-U-L-A-R, not connected with the joint. I don't know how to use that sentence. And then abasement, action of humbling or degrading, A-B-A-S-E-M-E-N-T, abasement. So I gave you 5 good words, and we went through the entire 4th millennium. So I'm going to upload this, and you get the second half of your educational experience. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.